Hello everybody, how goes it? Rabbitsmore here, and this is my tutorial for how to make an iron golem farm, or kind of how to have infinite iron in Minecraft. So it's a pretty good farm if you're looking for that kind of thing. And how it works is Minecraft allows an iron golem to spawn anywhere where there are at least 21 doors around an area and at least 10 villagers. So we can see with our farm here, we have a bunch of doors going around the outside, and we have 5 villagers on each side, so that's 10 villagers total. So anywhere within this area in the center is a valid area where iron golems will spawn, and once they do, they'll get pushed into the center, go down into our lava blade down here, they'll get killed, and then we can collect any of their iron or poppies that they drop down here. So pretty simple and efficient way to do it. And we can actually stack them as well. As you can see up there, I have another one of these exact ones up high. It does work. They have to be pretty far from each other so that they don't interfere with each other's spawning areas, but you can do it, and those will drop straight from that center area there down into our area right here and get killed by the exact same lava blade here. So there are 2 things to keep in mind with this kind of build. One is that you don't want to build this anywhere near any other villages in your world, and for that matter, probably try to keep it away from any doors as well. So try to build it away from any doors or villages, at least 60 to 70 blocks away from those things if you have them. The other thing is, if you want this to be running constantly in your world and constantly gathering iron, you don't have to, but if you do want it to be constantly running, you can build it in the spawn chunks in your world, which is where you originally spawned in your world. Since those chunks are always loaded, anytime you're in your world or in a survival multiplayer server, it will always be running and gathering iron. So let's build it. Alright, so with those 2 things in mind, we can go and start building our Iron Golem farm here, and I'm going to start by building the collection area. So once you've chosen a spot for it that is suitable for where you want to be building it, I'm going to go ahead and place a double chest here on the ground, go back behind it and place a hopper going into that, and then surround this hopper here with some solid blocks, and then we're just going to make kind of a plus symbol here going like this, so it kind of looks like a plus symbol from above. And above our chest we're going to place glass blocks here, going at least 2 up here, and then go up at least 2 as well on all of these sides going around this 2x2 area with the hoppers, so like this here. And then in the center area we're going to place signs 2 up from there, so on the second block here we're going to put signs on those 2 and on these 2 as well. And then we can build another block up here. And in this bottom area here, we can place our water bucket, and it's going to be in the opposite corner of our hopper so that any items that fall out here from the iron golems will get pushed into our hopper here. Okay, so next we're going to be building our 16x16 spawning platform here. So what you're going to do is connect these areas up here on this top layer. Once you've done that, we're going to go out 6 blocks from each side of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And same from this direction, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all the way around, and then you're going to connect all of those into a giant 16x16 platform. So you're going to be filling up these areas as you go all the way around. Okay, so once you have your 16x16 platform finished here, you're going to start building up the walls. So on any of the sides, go ahead and build up a corner here. And then you're going to build this all the way around the entire square here, going around every single corner. Alright, and once you're finished with that, we're going to bring this wall up another 2 blocks. So easy way to do that is jump up, place 2 blocks, and then as you go along, just place 2 blocks all the way around, and we're going to do this around the entire ring again. Alright, so next we're going to be working on our layer that has our villagers and our doors, and it's easier probably to start with the villagers. So go on each side here, we're going to be doing the same thing all on 4 sides, but the villagers will only be on 2 sides. But starting on any of the sides here, pick a spot where you can see the center area here, and on those same 2 blocks where the hole is, put some glass here. And you can go ahead and make that 2 layers. Behind this, I'm going to place some glowstone. And this is the area where our villagers are going to be standing, so I want some light here so that we don't get any zombies or anything. And we're going to want 2 tall walls all the way around this area where they're going to be standing. So I'm going to get this built up for 1 and then built up for 2. And you're going to do this exact same thing on the other side there for your second villager pod. You don't need it on all 4 sides again, so just make sure you do it on the opposite sides. For the rest of these spots here, I'll just go ahead and fill in these blocks. For the rest of these spots going around here, we're going to be placing doors. So from here to the corner, I'm going to be placing 6 doors, and an easy way to do that is to stand on this block facing outwards and just place it straight down. 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't need to place anything on this corner here. And you're going to go around 3, 4, 5, 6. The center area here, since we don't need any villagers or anything, we're just going to build up 4 blocks here and then continue on with our doors. And then you're going to do the same thing all the way around. Just remember that you only need the villagers on the opposite side. Okay, so what you should have now should look like this. You should have your 2 sides with your spawning for your, or the spots for your villagers, and then the 2 blank walls, and then 6 doors going into each corner all the way around. And if you don't have anything like that, just pause the video now and go ahead and fix it so that it is like this. And then for the next part, we're going to be building a ceiling going around on top of all of these doors, so we can go up 1 block here, and then you're going to be taking it across the tops of the doors, over the corner, and then all the way around this entire ring. Okay, and now that we have the top of our farm done, we don't want any zombies or anything spawning up here, so we're going to place slabs on top of everything that we can see. As far as the ceiling goes, we're going to do it all the way around this ring, and around each of the pins where the villagers are going to be standing, we're going to put them as well, so that nothing spawns there. So just do this all the way around. Alright, so now we're going to be doing our second 16 by 16 spawning platform, and that's going to be where the tops of our doors are here, so start by placing some blocks there. And then we're just going to go all the way around and build the exact same 16 by 16 platform with the same 2 by 2 hole in the middle at this level. Alright, so once you're finished, you should have a second 16 by 16 platform up here with the same 2 by 2 hole going straight into the other one. And then next we're going to be adding the water that's going to be pushing our iron golems in. So from the corner, build out 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 the other way, so we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to build these out 1 shorter each time until we kind of have a triangle going into the corner like this here. And then we're going to place a water bucket in the far corner. You can see it goes just far enough to go over the edges there. And then you might want to go up onto your wall here to start breaking the blocks, but you're going to be breaking out the blocks underneath all of the area where the water was, or the triangle that we just built is going to be the same blocks that you're going to be breaking out. And then once you've done that, we're going to be doing the same thing in all 4 corners here and on both layers. So do this exact same thing in each corner here, and then go down to your next spawning platform and do the same thing on all 4 corners there. Alright, so once you have your water in all 4 corners on both layers here, we're going to be doing our lava blades. Go back down to your collection area here, and you can actually go ahead and break out these 2 pieces of glass because they won't be used for anything. And then just place your bucket of lava on any corner here, and it will automatically spread and cover the 2 by 2 area here. And since the golems are 3 blocks tall, they'll be just tall enough to burn up in the top here and then drop their items down on the bottom. Alright, so the last thing we need to do for our farm here is get our villagers in, and like I said in the beginning, we need 10 or 5 on either side. I've already put 5 in this side, but I'll show you an easy way here on the other side here to get your villagers up and in. Let me go ahead and get a villager so I can put in this cart. But you can see I've set up a track system here to where we can get our villager in our minecart, launch it up into our collection area here, and then once he's in, we can just break the minecart from under his feet. And if you need to get villagers here, again, since we had to build this pretty far from a village, you might want to build a small breeding area nearby, or you can always use the nether to transport them from a further village and bring them in using minecarts. But again, I'll show you real quick here if I don't just open up all my menus. Let's spawn a villager in this minecart, or maybe not since he won't get caught. There we go. So once he's in the minecart, if you brought him in from the nether or whatever, you just launch him up the ramp into your holding cell, go up top and break out the minecart, and he'll be trapped in here. And you want to get at least 5 in each side. So whatever way you do, just make sure that you have 5 villagers on each side, or 10 total. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it. You have your iron golem farm ready to go as long as you have your villagers and your doors all the way around. They will start spawning in the middle and going down into the area, and you can start collecting their iron whenever they start dying there. And just as a note, you probably don't want to just sit here and try to wait and watch for them to spawn, because iron golems have a pretty slow spawn rate as is, so it's kind of like watching water boil. It takes a pretty long time. You're better off, like I said in the earlier, you can just build this in your spawn chunks and it'll just go on its own. So you're better off just doing something else in your world while this works instead of watching it, and you'll get plenty of drops off of it, so don't worry about that. And like I said earlier, you could always duplicate this directly above it. It does need to be at least 60 to 70 blocks high, so that is quite a bit, but it is always an option if you want to have more drops. And you could always build these further apart, again 60 to 70 blocks off to the side. You could just build another one of these to get even more. But yeah, that's pretty much it guys. You should have your iron golem farm set up. You'll start seeing drops as it goes along. And yeah, I hope this helped you out. If it did, you can always leave a like on the video. If you want to see more stuff like this, you can always subscribe and check out the rest of my channel. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have an excellent day and see you later.